She's so fine. Hell of her blows my mind. Hell of her lights my day.
What's good, guys? This story is coming out of Bentonville, Arkansas. It came out earlier this month, and I want to thank Marie722 for sending it to me. When I read it, my mind was just completely blown, and it's a good example of how people are when it comes to money. So let's get into it. Now, this particular article is coming from the Daily Mail, and it came out on December the 11th. Arkansas waitress is fired after group of Good Samaritans leave her a $4,400 tip. Restaurant manager ordered her to keep just 20% and split the rest with the entire staff, then canned her for violating the rules. A waitress who received a $4,400 tip from a group of Good Samaritans to split between her and another server has been fired from her job after the restaurant manager forced her to cough up most of the money. Grant Wise, who owns a local real estate company, organized the $100 dinner club to dine at the Oven and Tap in Bentonville, Arkansas earlier this month, with each member contributing a $100 tip. Grant Wise told KNWA he called the restaurant ahead of the outing to confirm that its servers did not share tips, and he presented one of the waitresses, Brandt, with a check for $4,400 to split between her and another waitress who served the group. She was left in tears. But soon after, Brandt said, restaurant managers told her she would have to split the tip with all of her coworkers, something she said they have not requested in the 3.5 years she has worked there. Quote, I was told that I was going to be giving my cash over to my shift manager and I would be taking home 20%. End quote, Brandt told Fox 59, noting that she had never been asked to split her tip before in the 3.5 years she worked there. Brandt, who studied Spanish at the University of Arkansas, said she was devastated at having to fork over the large tip as she had planned to use the money to help pay off her student loans. A few days later, Grant Wise found out that Brandt had been fired for violating the restaurant's rule by telling Wise about its tip policy. Grant Wise had come up with an idea for the $100 dinner club during the pandemic, telling 5 News that he knew many servers who were struggling under COVID-related shutdowns. He had hosted a real estate conference in Arkansas and orchestrated the event at the Oven and Tap to pay it forward. We knew servers were really hit hard through COVID, and it was something that a friend had come up with to help give back, he told 5 News, noting that he chose the Oven and Tap because it was one of his and his wife's favorite restaurants. He said he had called the restaurant beforehand to confirm the restaurant did not have a policy about tip sharing or pooling tips. And when a restaurant employee confirmed that they did not have such a policy, Grant Wise and his wife moved forward with their plan. They then presented Brandt in her early 30s with the large tip, leaving her in tears, a moment that was posted to Instagram on December the 2nd. I'm so sorry to interrupt everyone's dinner. This will only take 60 seconds, Wise begins in the video. We have a table full of absolutely amazing people from all over the country who have traveled here, and tonight we're hosting a $100 dinner club, he says, as he wraps his arm around Brandt and points in the distance. Everyone at this table has contributed or tipped $100 for you and for the other waitress who unfortunately had to go home because she's not feeling well.
We got a table full of absolutely amazing people from all over the country that have traveled here. And tonight we're hosting a $100 dinner club. Everybody at this table has contributed or tipped $100 for you and for the other waitress who unfortunately had to go home because she wasn't feeling well. And then we put it out to our social media channels, and we actually had quite a bit more money sent in. So we are tipping a total of $4,000.
put it out to our social media channels. And then he actually had a bit more money sent in. So we are tipping a total of $4,400 for you to split with the other girl who took care of us. Ryan Brandt was visibly in tears after the announcement, but soon, Grant Wise said, he found out that the restaurant managers asked her to split her tip. Grant Wise said he tried to get in contact with the owner to ensure that everything was going to be okay, but was unable to connect with her outside of a few text messages that eventually stopped. He then went back to Oven and Tap to get his money back and hand it to Brandt directly outside the restaurant, he said. But by December the 7th, Grant Wise posted on social media he had found out that Ryan Brandt was fired from her job. I'm so saddened to hear that the girl we tipped the other night at our $100 dinner club has been fired from her job, he wrote on Facebook. I don't fully understand why this would happen to what seems like such a sweet and kind-hearted woman. Nonetheless, I'm committed to showing her that there are great people in the world that will do good when they can. He repeated that sentiment in a video he posted on YouTube, in which he announced that he would put together a GoFundMe for the waitress. I hope that we can help this girl stay on top and not let something like this get her down, he said, noting, I don't fully understand it, but I want to do as much as I can to help. In a statement to Fox 59, Oven and Tap officials said, quote, after dining, this large group of guests requested that their gratuity be given to two particular servers. We fully honored their request. Out of respect for our highly valued team members, we do not discuss the details surrounding the termination of an employee. Grant Wise wrote in the online fundraiser that he wanted to help Ryan Brandt get through the next couple of months and to hopefully find a new job opportunity, noting that he does not know Ryan outside of her waiting on us in the past and does not know what type of employee she was outside of what I personally experienced and what we've read from other people commenting that were her regulars. My only goal is to help her get through this experience with the least amount of stress and anxiety possible and on to whatever her next opportunity may be. On Thursday, Grant Wise posted an update saying Ryan Brandt was offered a job at another restaurant and began work on December the 8th. He shut down the fundraiser on Saturday after it surpassed $8,700. So I'm curious what you guys think about this. It pisses me off because first of all, this Good Samaritan literally, who was thinking about how servers were some of the harder hit people during COVID, because a lot of the restaurants closed. He took it a step further than any of us, just sitting here thinking about, oh, we feel bad about the servers. No, he did something. He actually organized a group of people that he called the $100 Dinner Club, where everyone in that group would tip $100. They chose that restaurant. He chose that restaurant. He called ahead. He spoke to the managers. I don't know what else he could have done differently. And in the 3.5 years that she was there, she had never been asked to do that before. I think it's really shitty, to be honest with you. And I think this highlights this restaurant because, they said one thing and then did something else. So that's wrong all the way around. And when it came down to it, oh yeah, no, she doesn't have to split her tips, blah, blah, blah. But when that check came, no, she's going to split it with everybody. No, that's wrong. That is completely wrong. So I don't see anything he could have done differently. He did everything that, he went above and beyond, honestly, what the average person would have done. He organized the group. He called ahead. He did everything he was supposed to do. Then he took it a step further than that. When he found out she had been fired, he organized a GoFundMe, which raised $8,700 to help her in the meantime, in between time of her jobs. So this guy is the real winner. Grant Wise is the real winner. He sounds like an A+ guy, a man of integrity. And I'm really sad that the restaurant, you know, it's hard to keep servers in a restaurant. And when you've got one for 3.5 years, that's a big deal, especially in the server community. And here she really didn't do anything wrong. I just think it's terrible. It's a terrible way for a small restaurant like that to do business. So I just wanted to bring this to the channel because I thought it was an interesting story. And I'm going to end it on that note. I'm going to try to link the video. If not show it in here, I'm going to try to link it. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night.